Hey everybody, welcome back to Truck Talk and Time with Jesus. I am on my way back to work here. Just want to start this video real fast on this and get into what I was going to speak on. Austin Thompson, Don't Be Fooled video. You know, sometimes there's times when you just go, man, there's so many things I'd like to say, and the only thing I'm going to say is, first of all, before you step up to a plate and falsely accuse me of anything, I want you to go on here and see where I have made any money, and I'm only doing this for money. If I was doing this for money, buddy, I'd be on here. I'd have a lot more videos. I'd have a better videos. I would have all these little inserts into my videos, and I could go on and on about making money. The fact that you're going to sit here and tell me that I'm a fake and this and that, Jesus never existed, well, let me tell you something, Austin. You don't have to believe when you end up in hell. I don't care what country you're from. I don't care what religion, what God you serve. There's only one God, and that's the God Almighty, the God, the creator of the heaven and the earth and all things of it. And that's right, even the gods that you serve is under the creation of the Almighty God. The Son, Jesus Christ, does exist. I don't care what scripture, what Bible, even the Satanic Bible goes into where Jesus existed. Any witchcraft, any demons that walk this earth truly believe Jesus Christ existed. There's too many things that's going on in the world and too many things that's being discovered right now that shows Jesus Christ existed. So before you come out and really, and I'm trying to help you out a little bit so you don't feel so embarrassed here, because I don't care what belief you have. There is nowhere in any religion, any demonic realm that I have walked in that does not point to Jesus. Show me one, because I would really like to look at it. Other than Allah or Abba, whatever the heck how they pronounce it, you're basically raised to be a killing machine, to put your life on jeopardy, to die for virgins or whatever whatever that occult believes. And before you come against me for saying occult, I got the damn good right to say occult because I lived it. I lived through it. I've been in it. I've been through the witchcraft. I've been through all that demonic realm. And I don't give a crap if you believe me or not. And honestly. And I got a feeling you're probably the one that sent me the email saying that I'm going to die. I can't die, my friend. I've already died to this earth. So take that to the bank. You can shred me, you can cut me up, you can do whatever you feel like doing, but I guarantee it, the true Jesus Christ that I serve, the Son of God, will be my vengeance. And I ask him to have mercy on you or anybody else that chooses to step up to the plate to take me out of here. Because before you do that, please just let me shake your hand and pray for you and thank you face to face. Take off your cowardly mask and let me thank you face to face when you send me home to Jesus Christ. Because you be doing me a privilege. Because I am so sick and tired of living on this sorry world of hate, disgust, racism, and every dang thing else that falls in it. Because we are divided because the Satan himself, the very fifth demon that falls under Lucifer, wants it that way. Barack Obama started the majority of this. And yes, I voted for him. I voted for him twice. If you really think this world's going to get any better because you people are being fooled by what Kamala is up there, whatever her name is. And again, they want to come against what Trump said, and I don't care who you vote for. You can vote for the chimp, for all I care. Because no matter what happens, you got to remember, look at the last 3.5 years, people. Look at the last 3.5 years before you sit here and jump on a bandwagon, and all these movie stars that are jumping on this and saying this and this and this. Well, let me tell you what, on all you can say because of abortion, that's why you're going to vote for her? Give me a freaking break. What is wrong with this world? Besides, it's full of demonic. I mean, I've never in my life heard such stupid stuff in my life. I'm going to vote for somebody because it's my body. I have the right. Well, is it your body to be able to lay down with anybody you want? It's your free will. And you become pregnant because you believe a nonsense man. Why don't you look at the man before you lay down with the man? Many of you go in and get hooked up in these bars. What do you think you're getting? Most likely a one-night stand. They could care less about you. They just care about their lust. And you just happen to be the next notch. Let me tell you, how many of you go home afterwards and you wake up, you feel ashamed, or you feel, wow, this guy's going to call me, and he never does, and you're let down, and you sink into what? Depression. Whose fault is it? It's sure not if you get pregnant, that child in you. What if your parents would have done that to you? Look at life like it is useless. What if God would look at us right now and send us all into the pits of hell? Go in there and read Exodus. Look what happened. They complained and complained and complained, and he opened up the earth and they were swallowed. He sent serpent snakes after them and killed them. Or maybe we should all just go and be like what happened to the Jews and the Egyptians. What they did to them, and people want to yell about slavery. Well, let me tell you right now, I think I would rather, and I'm not making a mockery of this, so please don't take it that way. I'd rather be hung by a tree than dipped in oil and set on fire and used for a burning candle. Any day of the freaking week, people. At least hung. It honestly, when I hung myself, it didn't really hurt. I mean, I went quickly. I just was gasping for a little bit, and then, I mean, not even a little bit. I mean, like seconds. And I was out. Yeah, now, granted, depends on how they do it. I mean, if you're standing on a platform and they pull a board or something out from underneath you and you fall down, yeah, you're going to have a jerk, and that might hurt a little bit. You hope then the idea is that your neck snaps. I mean, I'm not taking lightly out of any way of it, but I have this much confidence and this much faith today. The crap that I've walked through and the things I've been through, you cannot tell me and explain to me anyway anything I've been through and how I lived through the stuff I've lived through, that there is not a God, that there is not a Messiah that is coming back for us. If it wasn't true, then please explain to me how we have false prophets, how more people today is looking for the Antichrist than the return of Christ. That is disgusting. I'm not looking forward to where the Antichrist is. I'm not looking to see who he is. I know who he is. I could care less who he is. And I tell you right now, I'm not looking where he's at, what he's doing, or when he's coming. I'm looking at my life right now to see if I'm ready to go into the kingdom. Because lately, people, I've been having some crazy thoughts. And I've been asking God to take these things from me. And then you get up to this kind of nonsense, and it's truly nonsense. It's so much nonsense, I already forgot your name, to be honest. I mean, unbelievable. And no, you're not getting a reaction out of me. I'm not mad at you. I pray for you. I pray in the Lord Jesus Christ's name, Jesus Christ, the Son of God. I pray in your name. You know Thompson or last name's Thompson. I don't know what the first name is. But Lord, you know who he is. You know, because you know all things. Why? Because you were there from the beginning of creation with the Father. All things were formed through you, under you, and around you. I pray for mercy upon that man. And I pray for mercy of anyone that comes to take me loose from this place. I have no fear. I have no anxiety. And I'm not looking over my shoulder. Because I know you will welcome me with open arms. Unlike the peace and the joy and the happiness that I walk around that some of these people do not have. Because they care to watch a gazillion videos and watch all these podcasts and sit there and watch near-death experiences, but they don't learn anything from it. Because they continue on their miserable pathway and blame God for everything. Well, where is your God? If your God was really true, why would... Well, let's just go back to what Satan did with you, Lord. Let's go back what he did with you the 40 days in there. If you are the Son of Man, then why don't you throw yourself down from this and you will not hit one stone, the angels will come. What does he say? Do not tempt our God. You can believe what you want to believe. You can walk in anywhere. You can kill somebody. You can go in there. You can have sex with whoever you want because Sodom and Gomorrah and the playground of hell is open. This is Satan's world. It was handed to him. Go read the Bible. Go read your Bible. Go read any Bible you freaking want to believe. As long as it says holy on it, I'm telling you right now, you're going to get exactly what I'm speaking. But newsflash, you may be a very educated person. You may go off scientific beliefs. You may go off the Illuminati, which is nothing but satanic worship. Look at all these people. TJ Jakes, Diddy. Anybody see the video, the pictures and stuff of TJ Jakes with the leash collar thing around Diddy? God almighty, what have we come to? And then all these people up there making all this money and talking all this garbage. I wouldn't follow their garbage of teaching. I don't care if it is out of the Bible and they're reading straight out of it. I wouldn't follow it because I don't want to listen to the hissing of Lucifer's peons. Because that's all they are. You don't think they're going to be tortured when they go to hell? Lucifer don't care about them. He don't care about anybody. He don't care about you. He don't care about what you... Only thing he cares about if you're going to fulfill and bring more people to him. Why do you think they have the Illuminati? Why do you think I said it's a vicious triangle? It's a entrapment. Why do you think when people get into these pyramid schemes, you got to bring people in, do you not? Bring people, more people in, then you climb up the pyramid. Do you understand how stupid these things are? Or the fact that people go out and go to these gambling casinos and they're going to hit it big. They hit it, they might, but then they blow it all and then you'll never ever get it back. Or you're in dire needs of money and you go out and buy a bunch of scratch-off tickets and lottery tickets and all these things and you pray to God, please God. It's funny how, go back and listen to the ATM teaching I did. Because that's all you're doing. You're living a sinful life and you're going out here in this world doing whatever the hell you want to do, how you want to do it. Because God gave you a free will. Because God don't want puppets like Lucifer. You're just a puppet to him. And then all of a sudden, your life's crap. You're crying out, God, please help me. Now God may lend down his hand and get you out of something. Then you go right back out. It's the very teaching when it talks about the servant that was arrested because he owed many. And they forgave him of it. He went out into the streets, found a servant that owed him money, ran up to him, had him arrested because he didn't have the less money, even less than what he owed, that he was forgiven of. He didn't forgive that guy. Now all of a sudden he's arrested. He gets re-arrested, the guy that just came out of court, and then they found him guilty because they found another man guilty. It's the same concept. Go do whatever you want in this miserable world. Have fun doing it. Because the fun stops when you walk into the pits of hell. I guarantee it. Let me tell you right now. Here's a good example I'm going to give you. And I hope this sinks into a lot of your heads. Picture yourself in the midst of a dark woods. And you stumble across this nice clearing. And there's rocks. And you can see like little caves off to the side. And you're thinking, wow, this would be a perfect place for me to build a little camp and stay for a moment. And hopefully somebody can find me. Well, it starts getting close to dusk. And all of a sudden you hear movement. And you're looking all around you. And there's wolves staring at you with their beady little glowing eyes, thinking, wow, you're dinner tonight. And you start crying out to God. Now let's say God saves you. And you go right back into doing what you're doing. Is that not using God like an ATM? Eventually, people, if you don't put money in the bank, you can't use that card. You may have a credit card that has $10,000 on it. If you keep swiping that card and don't pay a dime back to them, not only are you racking up interest, eventually that card stops working too. And then your credit's shot, and then you're in credit card debt, and you're in debt to society. You're living paycheck to paycheck, and it's God's fault because you are where you're at. No, it's this stupid economy and us that are very stupid, and they call us stupid because they control what we do. There's a talk of the return of the big bad COVID, where they're going to mask us up again and do all this nonsense. People are already starting to do it. I know a guy that was talking about him and his wife, and I think I spoke about this on another video. Him and his wife's going in. They're getting their next set of booster shots. I mean, how many? I was like, how many booster shots now is this? And he goes, oh, this is our fourth one. Your fourth one since everybody took off the mask. Your fourth one. I said, everybody said, you know, the weird thing about it is they asked us a certain amount of questions, and my wife got a different shot than mine. They put hers under an alphabet letter, and they went and got out of that. I'm like, I've never heard of such a thing. I mean, it's crazy, but I believe you because it doesn't surprise me. In the beginning, kids didn't have to have masks on, and elderly. Then it became the elderly. Then it became kids. And basically, people, all it was is to thin out the damn herd. That's all it was. And I'm not taking lightly out of it, people dying. You know, I honestly talked to a few people that worked in nursing homes. I talked to a couple of people that I know actually work in a hospital. And they told me, they said, Nelson, let me tell you, majority of these people are not dying from COVID, but they're putting COVID on it. Again, I'm not surprised. Fear, fear, fear is what Lucifer does. Without fear, these demons can't manifest. These skinwalking ranches and all this garbage, it is garbage because you open the portals by watching this nonsense. When this stuff starts manifesting, don't ever come on here and say, well, I didn't know, because I'm going to say you're a liar, because this is all I talk about. because I'm trying to get it sunk in your heads, because we are coming to a difficult time. We are coming to a new year that is coming up that's going to be worse than what we have seen. I found it amazing that I got an email. Somebody was talking about the hurricanes and stuff and going, man, it hasn't really stopped. We've been seeing more weather patterns, tornadoes and stuff and fires and all these things happening. I tried to warn you. But go back to what I was saying in the beginning. Some people just watch near-death experience videos. Some people go on here and watch all this stuff. I mean, you even try to warn the people that have the podcast and say, hey, something's wrong here. They don't take the advice, yet they put the videos on they go ahead and do the podcast, bring them on there, and let me tell you right now, it is garbage. They're lying. And now, what does that make you look like? Or you get these people out here doing these survivalist videos. Surviving what? I don't plan on being here. What are you going to survive? Yourself? You can have every kind of combat stuff in place. But let me tell you right now, I don't give a flying crap who you are. You could be a Navy SEAL, Green Beret. This ain't the Hollywood movies here, people. I want to see a Green Beret go out and stand in the middle of a dang on field with all these people firing at them and never get hit. I don't think there's one person in their right mind is going to say, Nelson, I disagree with that. Because you're going to sit there and go, yeah, that's true. Rambo, all these commando movies, come on, people. Give me a break. You're not going to tell me you really, truly believe that stuff. I'm a big movie person, and I tell you right now, I know for a fact, even as a young boy when I watched Commando, I liked it because Arnold came out with the big muscles and stuff and, pushed a Jeep and all that stuff. Or I don't think it was a Jeep. I think it was a Bronco or a Blazer or something. And, the action of the karate and stuff and judo and all that kind of stuff, that stuff was something. It was different. Very different. But, let's face it. You can see why people that went through Vietnam, you can see why the people that went through World War and other generations right now that are in war. I don't see no Rambos and no Arnolds right now out there standing in the middle of fields and with a big old freaking gun right off of a Jeep. You know how heavy them things are? Let alone carrying all them rounds of bullets on them belts or whatever they're called. I don't know. Don't quote me on the names, the technical names of all this stuff. Because honestly, it makes a good movie, people. It really makes a good movie. Do you really think... Now let's think about this. And I brought this up before because we were talking about action movies. And I brought it up to a person. He goes, yeah, that was so cool. We're talking about Rambo in First Blood. When he jumped off the cliff and he fell and hit the tree and cut his arm open. And he sewed himself up. First of all, bud, let's just think about this. If you cut yourself that dang on deep, falling out of a tree and your arm didn't break, especially the way he hit the dang on tree, his arm didn't break, but he cut it open and he whipped out this survival knife and started stitching himself up. Do you really believe that is possible? I don't. I'm sorry. And there's barely any blood coming out? No. I guarantee you probably cut some artery, you cut something falling out of a tree with that impact. Come on, you didn't break your arm? Nah. There's a lot of stuff about movies I think they should have left out. But again, I'm not a producer. But I can produce these videos and give you the truth and let you look at things in a different light. It's my body, and I can do what I want. Go right ahead and do what you want. How many innocent children are you going to kill off? But I bet you are the same people that watches these things and watch when you see these videos on TV and the news talking about a parent that killed their child, and you're furious about it. I guarantee it. If not, let's put people on a lie detector test and see how many actually pass, how pissed off people get. Or you see these children abductions, or you see all this stuff happening. You see these parents that all of a sudden go demonic crazy and the things that they're doing, but you're mad. But you done had 2 abortions. Well, what's stopping them from looking at you and go, well, you're a freaking murderer too. Your child had a heartbeat too. What's the difference between one sin or another sin? It's still murder. I don't care. Have 20 abortions. Because you have no peace. You have no love in your life. It's why you're laying down with all these people and doing these things. And then you're miserable because you know dang well if the guy left and does not contact you, he's sure not going to be there for you when you need him to raise a child. And again, college kids are all over the place right now. It's a free-for-all. Oh, I'm enjoying my college years. Are you? That's enjoyment? Being miserable? You're basically prostituting yourself out, but you're not collecting money. You really think somebody gives a crap about you? Think about it. Do you really think you meet somebody at a party or walking in a bar, that's the best place to find somebody? Now you may say, Nelson, hey, a lot of people drink, and a lot of people go into bars during football, baseball, basketball, soccer, ping pong, badminton, horseshoe. What's the other one? I can't even think of it. That wooden one where they throw the... Oh my goodness. Well, anyways, it's kind of like horseshoes, but it's done with bean bags and a wooden platform. Cornhole. What a stupid game. I mean, I get the concept of it, and I'm sure a lot of people like it. I just... To me, I don't have the time to stand still and do something like that when I could be doing a bunch of other things. Because I relate most of that stuff all to drinking. And what alcohol does to you. See, it's not the fact that you're going to wake up with a hangover, most of you. It's not the fact that that's enough punishment for you. It's what you have done. These days, people video everything. And I'm sure you all have friends. I'm sure you all went out to parties and they showed you how much of a fool you made yourself and how embarrassed you probably were. But that doesn't stop you from the next weekend or the weekend after doing the same thing again. Everybody else is doing it. I'm going to do it too. Well, good luck with that. Good luck. Don't go in the grocery store complaining about food costs. Don't go in there when you're filling up your gas tanks and start complaining that this is ridiculous. Well, you remember that when you're voting for, it's my body and I can do what I want. If you ask me, we shouldn't even have an election. We should just walk in there and give it to her like we did this last 4 years. What do you think she's going to do, people? She's not going to run this country. The same people who's been running the country for the last 3.5 years is going to run this country again. Now, is Donald Trump perfect? No. Obviously, some of the stuff that he's been accused of and the hush money he's paid, whether or not it's true, I don't really care. That's between him and God. It truly is. But to sit there, he's the only president that I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, that has had his wife, people make videos about his wife, which I thought was really disgusting that they would do that to her. The woman, I mean, I never met her, but I did a lot of research in seeing who she was. And you look at Trump's wife and the things that she stands for. And we're going to do a nasty video like that. Send hate mail that they're going to kill and rape. What is wrong with people? Other than, I get it, demonic. It's ridiculous. This whole thing, all it is happening is exposure to the demonic world that we're taking the back seat to, and you're letting a demon drive you into another place. You make up your own mind on it. There's so much nonsense going on. So many kids getting on these headsets, playing these video games, talking to people. They have no idea who they're talking to. And look at what happens. Well, let me tell you right now. When you call somebody, you know the person you're calling, right? You get on a video game and you're playing these video games, you don't know where these people are from. But I guarantee they eventually start asking, hey, I'm from California. And you know, I don't see this, what we see in the games here. Oh, all of a sudden I'm in Sandusky, Ohio. Personally, myself, I'm in Akron. You see how they find... And these days, they don't even got to ask, because let me tell you right now. Let me tell you something. Your children are putting their school, their pictures, and pictures and pictures, let's face it, because people love to put pictures on it and get comments on. They put where they work. Most teenagers these days have some kind of restaurant, fast food deal, or something that they do to get some money to go out and hang out, do whatever the heck they're going to do. They even put the place where they work. Well, it doesn't take long to figure out where the school is, even if they don't put they might as well put the address to the place where they work. Because it don't take long to sit there and go, okay, well, the school is here. How many McDonald's is around this area from there to there to there to there to their house? Because they got the street address, because they put it on there. You might as well put your cell phone number on there. You might as well just say, here I am, come and snatch me off the street. It's amazing to me how we are teaching our children how to survive. If somebody puts you in a trunk, undo a brake light, undo that, hopefully a cop's going to be paying attention and going to say, well, the brake light's on, let me pull them over. You're taking a hell of a chance there. I mean, really, you're taking a big freaking chance. Or make the ball blink and blink and blink. You ever pop a trunk these days and try to get into some of these things to pull the wire, to be able to pull that out? It's a job. I mean, it seriously is some work to do it these days. And most of them, you get, like SUVs, you got to have the tailgate open to get to screws, to be able to take them screws out to pull that whole cover completely out to get to the bulbs. You won't even get to it from the inside of that vehicle. We're not talking about old school cars here where you could just pull down the carpeting piece, pull it down and reach in there and grab a hold of it, or they had a flap and stuff in there. We're not talking about stuff like that. Come on, we're talking about junky cars these days that are made out of aluminum cans. I mean, you bump into something and your whole freaking bumper's falling off. Well, the bumper cover. You ever look at a car with that plastic piece that comes off there and all they got is that cheap little piece of freaking metal that goes across that makes your bumper? How safe do you feel with a gas tank back there with that little chimsy thing there? I don't feel too damn safe. But yeah, look how much money we pay for these ridiculous cars. Some people pay more for their cars than they do their houses. Really, to be honest, and God is my witness, I hope Kamala does win. I hope she wins so we can get out of here. Because they're going to kill us anyways. We can't survive. Please explain to me how we can survive another 4 years under this presidency that we have now. I mean, there's so many people coming in food pantries now. Darlene was just telling me yesterday about how many home deliveries, basically, it's people volunteer to come pick up bags of food to take to seniors or take to people's houses and drop off the bags of food. And this happens, I think, Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. And we're talking people 60 to 90 people. Maybe a little over 90. I forget what she said. But I know it was in the 60s and it was in the 90s. Or it was 90 itself. Either way, the number doesn't matter. Just think about this. 3 days. Even if it's 30 people a day, which hits 90, that's 30 people, 10 people. So 3 different people's got to come to get 10 different bags, which equals out to 2 bags. So they're picking up 20 bags to go to one person. I mean, 2 bags will go to one person. And all I keep thinking about is what I keep telling people. DoorDash, home delivery, all these things were created for when the end times come. That's how they're going to bring your food. You will not go to a grocery store. Grocery stores are becoming more and more and more like these big, basically, places where you pay to get a membership to go in there. They're just going to be like big hubs. People are going to pull up with these delivery trucks, these vans and cars or whatever, and they're just going to drop food off to you. I was in a famous store the other day. Walked in there. It's pumpkin spice coffee time. Darlene loves it. So I buy as much as I can find to get her through until the following year. If that's what she likes to drink, why wouldn't I do it? I'm sure if your spouse or your children that you're going grocery shopping for, when you plan meals, you make what you know everybody's going to eat. So why not? If you love the person, that's the things you do for people. But I went in there and I'm looking around and I'm like, where the heck are the bags? No plastic bags. And I'm looking around all over, I'm going, what the heck? And then at the very end, there was paper bags that you could purchase. No. You know, and they're probably thinking, well, Aldi's Save-A-Lot does it. And where we live, we have an Aldi's and a Save-A-Lot. It's basically I'm sure everybody has some kind of discounted store that stuff's supposed to be cheaper. But let me tell you what, Save-A-Lot isn't so much Save-A-Lot anymore. The prices are just about as ridiculous as any other place you go in. We got an Acme Click right by our house, which is kind of expensive. But they've been in business for a long time. We got Giant Eagles. We got little tiny stores. One of them used to be IGA, and now it's Bushels or something like that. We got stores like that where you go into, like down in Florida, we have Publix and Winn-Dixie. It's kind of, if anybody ever been to Florida or you got one near you, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They're not so cheap, but it's more of a convenient because you can go in there, quick grab what you need, and get out of there. I will say Publix fried chicken, the little drumhead things they had, and them things were the best. I'm serious. Them things were really good. That's one thing I miss about Florida. Well, besides the beach. I was sitting there thinking the other day going, man, I wish I could walk to the beach. You'd be surprised some of the things that you have around you that you didn't get the chance to go and do it as much as you wanted to. But then when you don't have it around, you really miss it. It's kind of like if you don't have that Spirit of God with you and the power and the Spirit of Jesus in you, you miss it. Because when you start sinning, I find it very hard to believe that people believe that the Spirit of, when you're baptized, the Spirit just automatically comes in you. I don't believe that. You know why I don't believe it? Because look at the disciples. Look how long after they were baptized, that when Jesus ascended up into heaven, that the Spirit came down after that. And they went to the upper room. They sat there in fear. God can't, well, I shouldn't say can't. God won't look upon sin. He turns his back to it. So if he turns his back to it, what makes you think if you're sinning, the Spirit's going to be with you? That's like saying God and Jesus is going to sin right along with you. If you really don't see yourself changing daily, well, you're playing Russian roulette. That's all I can say. So people, believe what you want to believe. Watch as many videos as you want to watch. Go down that rabbit trail and see where it leads you. But let me tell you, you have nobody to blame but yourself for whatever it is. Because the households are falling apart, because there's really not a lot of men stepping up to be dads these days, and there's not a lot of them caring about what their families are doing. And you wonder why division is inside the household. Just saying. You ever hear the saying, you're man enough to make them? Be man enough to do the right thing? Well, you may say, well, Nelson, you don't speak very good about your children. I don't speak bad about my children. I speak the truth of what they are and what they do. It's funny how when you walk in the devil's land very long and you point your finger, but instead you should be opening your thumb and pointing back at yourself. It's easy to convict somebody else by your standards. Just really think about it. This is a time to really think about you and your life, your household. Really examine yourself. But I would recommend one thing. Don't go on here making a video, because I want the money, people. I'm making so much money off of doing these videos. Oh my gosh. I deserve all that money I'm making because all the bull crap I gotta listen to. People whining and complaining to me, saying that I'm this way or that way. I could care less what your thoughts are. And I'm being real. I mean, come on. You really think I have nothing better to do in my life than to sit here and collect a big old fat paycheck from YouTube? Yeah, when them checks come in, people, I take a week off just so I can spend a fraction of that big old money that comes in. Man. And what I do on my time off, I go out there and pull out my Lamborghini out of the way so I can get to my souped up Charger. And then I go and polish it and clean the rims and then back it back in the garage because I don't want nobody to scratch it or put their fingers on it. By all means, no. And then I go get on my yacht and I just cruise around just yelling off my yacht, "Thank you, YouTube, for the millions of dollars that you have given me." I am so wealthy I don't even need to go to work. But yet I go to work and I put in long days and long hours sitting behind a steering wheel because that's all I do is hold steering wheels and make YouTube videos. And thank God for the YouTube videos that I'm making all this money. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how much money I'm making. And truth's out, people. He was right. Oh my gosh, I'm talking just one video. I'm talking, man, that I'm going to start putting 3 or 4 videos on in a day just so I can get like $20,000 per video. Because, hey, you know, and I want an increase because the new year's coming and the inflation's going up. The world's speaking about it. We're in a freaking recession, and they're talking about how nothing and everything is great. What's so great? Maybe where you live and the money you're stealing out of the government, because the government is the biggest crooks I've ever seen. For crying out loud. Anybody, why don't you call over there to China and see how much money we owe them? You don't think that China's, if they called their debt right now, China would own the United States. And China's here's some more money for you. Here's some more. Oh, you want some more money? Here you go. Because eventually, they're going to be like, give us our money. I hope they're not charging us interest off all this money. We're in trouble if they are. Hell, we're already in trouble. It's like putting your investment in the Titanic. How'd that work out for people? I can't believe anybody. Trillions of dollars. Trillions and trillions of dollars for the last few years we have spent. Where the hell is this money coming from? Anybody sit there and think about this? I mean, it's getting to a point that your paychecks ain't even going to be... Well, we don't even have paper paychecks anymore. Everything's deposit. Everything's electric. We got chips in the cards. They know what you buy. What a joke. Well, you people that's got all these security cameras, Ring, and all these garbage, Alexas, and Syria, and George, and Thomas the Train comes over there and talks to Alexis, and your watches, and you're talking to Kit off of Knight Rider, and you're going down here and pulling off your cell phone like Get Smart and talking to your shoe. Well, I want to quote the movie I'm in. Well, the TV series, it also became movies. Beam me up, Scotty, and please get me out of here. Because I don't know what planet I woke up on, but this planet is garbage. People walk around with blinders on this planet. I watched the video, and I'm going to wrap this up. I watched a video on a guy that goes around and talks to people on the streets and stuff like that. he's pretty popular. I mean, he's got a lot of videos on. Walked up and said, was asking him questions about the economy, the presidency, what they have done good, what they have done bad. And the only thing they can keep coming up with, well, gas prices raised up a little bit, food's kind of hectic right now, and that's it. They just all kept repeating the same thing. Because they really don't know why they don't want to vote for someone, or why they don't want to be a part of this or do something. All they know is what they're told, because they replay the same crap on the news over and over. They will beat that dang dead horse 20 times over and still beat the damn horse. And that brings in the copycats, and that brings in all the nonsense that comes with it. Just think about it. Well, anyway, I think his last name was Thompson. There you go, buddy. I exposed the truth for you. You're right. I'm hoping if God tarries, well, God doesn't exist. Jesus doesn't exist. God doesn't exist. So therefore, I don't have to worry about God tarrying for another year, because I really want to hit that over close to $1 billion, so I can work on the following year becoming a trillionaire, like Elon Musk. Yeah, you got it, buddy. All the money I'm making off of these YouTube videos, oh my gosh, you're right. I am begging people to, just because I ask people to subscribe and to like the videos so it can get out there to other countries and other places. I'm making billions of dollars. I haven't got a single dime from YouTube. Put me on a lie detector now. Thompson, right now, put me on a lie detector and I will pass it flying colors. I have not got one paycheck, one check, one anything from YouTube. Matter of fact, YouTube freaking used to kick a lot of my videos off because they didn't like the content I was speaking about. Why? I don't know, because it's all over the damn place. You can't even go in a store without reading it. You can't turn on a TV without hearing it. You can't go through the YouTube without somebody talking about it. Now, I'd say them people are probably the ones making the money, because they do it for a living in a profession. They know how to do it. You're barking up the wrong tree, bud, when you come barking up this tree. First of all, I got all the time in the world. I can talk and talk and talk and talk. You fall asleep and I'd still be talking to you. Just go watch the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze in it, when he's sitting on the floor singing Henry VIII. That would be me, buddy. And since there's no death, and I can roam the earth and do whatever I want, when you kill me, I'm going to come back and still sing Henry VIII. You can't kill me again because I'm already dead. I'm just going to sit by your bed and just keep singing Henry VIII. And in between that, when I get tired of singing that song, I'll just start making all night long. Snap my fingers. You may say, well, that's not gonna bother me. Let me tell you right now, when you're tired and I start shaking the bed and I start pulling covers off you and I start pulling your feet and I start pinching you and doing all oh, wait a minute. That doesn't exist either. Because if Christ don't exist, Satan don't exist. Satan don't exist, Lucifer don't exist. But yet we live in such a great world where we hate each other, we want to kill each other, we want to look at skin color. Martin Luther King Jr. was a liar, because nobody even knows half the crap that Martin Luther King talked about. They didn't even know the man was a Christian, for crying out loud, people. I'm telling you right now, I've never seen such ridiculous. People are ranting and raving about Martin Luther King Jr., but they had no idea what the man truly stood for. Know your history before you go jumping on a bandwagon, and then when somebody finally walks up to you with the microphone and you're thinking you're so dang on great, and then when they start asking you the questions, and you look like a fool standing there. And it's your own fault. It's your own fault because you listened to people. I remember when Darlene's mother was still alive and Darlene's youngest daughter, the grandmother asked her, "You don't even know what you're talking about." Well, she didn't, because she listened to people and she used those thoughts and talked about it on Gossip Book, many Facebook, because that's what it is. Face is just, you don't know what face you're talking to with half these people. Made up belief book. I don't care book. I don't want to know that you're sitting and going to the bathroom book. I don't really care. What makes you think people really want to know all this stuff about you? You may say, well, Nelson, you post a lot of stuff on it. You're right. Because it all leads to either God or it leads to Satan. Well, you said Satan is the fifth demon under there. Yes, but he's the one in control right now of this world. Wait till Lucifer gets here. If you think this world's bad now under the control of Satan, wait till Lucifer gets here. Oh my gosh. Y'all better have a party for him. Tailgate that party. I hope I'm still taking people out of here when it's happening, so I can walk up and shake all of your hands when you're being snatched up and tossed into hell. But and I will. I tried to warn you. And I guarantee you, shut up, Nelson, is what I'm going to get. I'm going to kill you. You can't kill me. Good luck with that. Good luck. You may take my breath, but you cannot kill me. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. I'm the Incredible Hulk. Hulk mad. Another stupid movie. I cannot believe. I mean, I grew up watching The Incredible Hulk on the TV series with Lou Ferrigno. To me, you want to talk about races, you want to talk about, the whole concept of making stuff look stupid. To me, they made the Hawk look like a freaking moron. Like a bumbling idiot. Well, I'm offended by that. So I want them to take that Marvel series and all that. I want that. I'm going to go into a lawsuit and tell them to take it off there, because that's offensive to me. It's offensive. You're making the Hawk look stupid. The Hawk is strong. The Hawk is mad. Give me a break. How stupid is this? Like down in Florida, in Orlando, you can go to the Holy Land experience, which is kind of like Jerusalem. It's like walking through it, and they reenact things and stuff like that. So let's just go with that. And on the one outside of the building, they had this scene painted, and it showed different scenes for the things that you would see inside of the Holy Land experience. Well, I guess some people were offended by it, they said, and they wanted it taken down. So they had to paint over top of it. Now, please explain to me why I have to go down the road and look at these Islamic churches. Well, if they even call them, I don't know what they call them. Don't even really care. But I got to look at their building and their big giant sign from the expressway and look at their castle-looking churches, whatever they call them. But I have to look at that. Now, I guarantee if I went in there and said, well, I'm offended by this, I want them to take down that sign. Why does it have to be seen from the street, from the expressway? Would they take it down? I don't know. If I got enough people to sign a petition, I bet you they would. That's the last thing they want is thousands of people showing up in a courtroom. Just saying. It's crazy, isn't it? Well, anyways, there's some food for thought. Again, be looking for the heaven videos. And can't wait. Man, I hope this video gets, I remember we got to have more likes, people. We got to have a lot more likes and a lot more subscribers. And I need you all to start sharing these videos and like it, and share. Do it more because, I would like to at least get about 35 grand a video, okay? Because this is a lot of work for me to just sit on here and talk and lie about everything. Because I'm nothing but a liar. Well, just ask my family. They'll tell you. I'm nothing but a liar. And I'm a wicked person, and I do bad stuff to everybody. Because that's just the type of person I am. But they didn't even know me when I was like that. So they have no rights to say anything about me. Because bring a devil in front of God and try to convince God that they're telling the truth, and I'll look at you and laugh every time. Because it's a freaking joke. There's so many things wrong with this world. And we have nobody to blame but ourselves. Change can start today with you. Your devotion and under God would be really, truly following Jesus Christ. And hopefully these Hell's videos are going to show you a different way of looking at life. So God bless you all. Be safe. And don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to share so I can at least make 35 grand off this video. Because, man, I'm tired of just making between 20 and 25,000 off a video. And he's right. Hell's a joke. It's a fun park there. It's just like living here, people. I mean, we enjoy this so much. You're going to have it in hell because that's what hell is. A big partying place. You can sleep with whoever you want. There's no consequences. You're not going to be tortured there. It's a big, giant amusement park. And you can do whatever you want, and you never have to sleep, and you're going to enjoy it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because the days don't exist, the years don't exist, time don't exist. Good luck, and it's going to be great. That is a lie, but oh well, if I'm making this kind of money, I might as well enjoy it. And I might as well just give you what you want, because, hey, everybody else is doing it. Like I said in the trucking video, do your homework. Do your homework. Love y'all. Till the next one.